Nightcap, yeah! Pour a drink, dirty or virgin, common water or whiskey or gin. Nightcap, you don't have to be coy. Nightcap, here's Ricky and Joy.
Hello! To Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show consisting of two friends unwinding with the topics that make us hot. My name is Richard Pucci, and this is my... Oh, wait, oops, hi. That's me. And this is the amazing Joy. I'm a real live streamer. Nickens. How you doing today, Joy?
I am doing well. How are you, sir?
A little tired. I had a long... I worked the weekend, so I factored it in. I work 40 hours, I work 40 hours without my weekend. So with my weekend, it's like, it's crazy.
You just steady the work in there. Working.
Yes, always working. Hello, one viewer. Hopefully it's not me.
With it in. Mine off.
Oh yeah. I have a bad habit of like halfway through just being like, oh my gosh, I hear myself. But no, it's not me. So hello viewer. We love you.
Hey.
Let's see. Let's get to first things first. I made an amazing tea. I have a friend that worked at Tivana when they were ending, and there was so much tea that they were supposed to throw out. So dang. I have a tea that I made iced, and then I put like either a shot, I probably like a shot or a half a shot in it. So that is my drink of choice. It is spiked Tivana tea.
Ooh.
And do you have something to drink, or are you drinkless?
My good old water that I like to drink.
Straight from La Tapa.
This is Nestle from the filter dispenser at my job. I take water from the job, yes.
Nice. Hey, Rick Brown. Nice to see that you are home from work for a few hours.
Hey.
That is excellent to hear. Hopefully you get to sleep as well. First things first, in case you were wondering, I am here as opposed to if tonight was an off night for Nightcap, I would have seen A Star Is Born, which I was not enthusiastic about going to see.
My sentiments exactly.
But Cupid heard the song, and he was like, I was driving home and it played on my Spotify and I wanted to cry. And then, so he really wants to see A Star Is Born because of the song. Have you heard the song?
I haven't heard the song, but I heard a song. And
is it like power ballad?
I don't know what it is. I only heard it on Twitter, and I actually showed Baby this morning, and I was like, I think this is from that movie, but it has nothing to do with the movie. The song's in the movie, but the video for them, whatever I'm going to send it to you and show it to you. It has nothing to do with
Oh wait. What's the title of the song?
What's the other song?
No, what's the title of the song?
Why did you do that?
Yeah, no. The song that I'm talking about is the one that's like, I want you to look in my eye and tell me you love me. Is that all right? I want you at the end of the line. I don't know. It's just, but Cupid thought it was emotional, and whenever he plays it, I missay the words. So she wants poo, straight in her eye.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have no idea. I wasn't intrigued to watch it. I have not heard that song. Now I kind of want to hear it so I can.
It's pretty, but I like my version better.
I see. I like your version more already. I sent you the video for the other song.
Okay, I'm going to check that out afterwards because they will definitely try to demonetize us for playing like a second of it.
Yeah, no.
1 second of it. It's like we are banned in Korea for showing that video of that guy like singing.
Which one?
The one where the guy was like singing the song from Fifth Element.
Oh, word! Dang.
Yes. Which yeah.
Dang. Korea is like my other country.
they're like, you take our talent, bye.
Wow. Dang. Okay. All right. So we won't show it, but it's basically, I'll explain it. It's the evolution of Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard dancing to that song. Like they're being very sassy and dancing to it. And I was like, what is this from? And there we go.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll show it to Cupid. He'll probably be equally as mad as when I missay the lyrics to this song.
I mean,
okay, Sarah, I pick my battles.
Sorry, not sorry, honestly. Like, it's not a movie that I was like, oh man, I should watch it. But if someone was like, hey, we should go ahead and watch that, then I would be like, all right, sure. I think I read a lot of, or I say a couple of Twitter opinions about it, and then I was like, it's not really my kind of movie, but I still would, see it and support.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that I want to see, I really want to see Halloween. Like, really want to see it. I've been listening to so many podcasts. There's a Unmasked Halloween podcast that I'm currently listening to, and each episode they deal with different themes about Halloween, the movie. And just to give you an example, I have to look it up. So like the first episode, they talk about like the filmmaker. So they talk about John Carpenter, and sort of like the reason why he made the town of Haddonfield. He was living, down south, and it was this majority white-filled area, and he really wanted it to be like cultural, about how they sort of perceive the fact that they're so safe. But like crazy, they go into crazy detail. Like the next episode was about sort of like serial killers and how Halloween was perfect for its time frame because the term serial killer didn't exist in 1978 when Halloween was created.
Really?
Yes, and that was like the summertime. That's when all the things were brewing with the Zodiac Killer, Manson, all that stuff started popping up around that time frame. So there was no term serial killer. So basically, this movie was on the cusp of what was actually happening, and they had a historical researcher. Either he was a historical researcher, or I think he was like a criminologist guy, and he was talking about how way back in the day they would, how they had the witch trials. They had werewolf trials, And a lot of the things that they were looking for, or that they said that these people were werewolves, are signs that the serial killer signs, like, oh, did they, take this person, away? People have been disappearing. Peasant girls have been, getting raped on their way to school, like all this sort of stuff. And he was like, whoa, culturally, he's like, those signs that they were sort of like picking up on, that's like serial killer like signs. So he thought that was sort of interesting because that wasn't a thing. And then another episode, they talked about Laurie Strode, the final girl, and then in like the last episode, they were talking about all the copycat, all the sort of copycat movies that came from it. So that's Friday the 13th, Prom Night, like all of these different things that started to pop up and sort of steal ideas from John Carpenter's Halloween. And then in return, when they did Halloween 2, which they did with a lot of the same people, but they stole like the cheap gags and stuff. Like there's no blood in Halloween. There's absolutely no blood in it. It was one of the requirements of the movie. It was made with a budget of like $300,000. Wow. That's it. Yeah. And it made it back like 150 fold or something. Yeah. It's crazy.
My gosh. No, I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh, you have to see it. It's actually really good. It's really suspenseful. I would say that the first like 45 minutes of the movie, there isn't even like a kill in it. And it's one person even said that John Carpenter learned from the masters that in order to get suspense, you need to wait for it. And that's so true. And it was made so shoddily. Like in one of the shots, you can see the director, he smoked. He was like a chain smoker. And you can see like some like smoke in like this one shot. So it was like made by like all these like kids, just like, we're going to make a movie. And they did. And it was very successful.
I like those kind of things, those kind of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Where, you can see the production like back in the day. I like that.
Oh, yeah. And they did like a time, like about the timeline. So they like discussed all the other like Halloween movies, but they like broke it down into like really good details. They're like, okay, 1 and 2 is part of a package, 3 is on its own. 4, 5, and 6 is like another chunk of continuity, and then H2O and Resurrection, they're their own thing, like they're packaged together.
Away from that. Okay.
Yes, because everybody's making a big deal about this sort of timeline because it's erasing everything, and it's just doing the first one and then this one. Really,
was it 20 years later?
40.
Oh, 40. Okay. Even though there was a bunch of other stuff in between that, they just kind of X'd it and they're like, no, it's just from there to here.
Yes. And the filmmaker that created it, he paid like homage to it, or homage to different things in different movies. And his explanation was like, oh yeah, like, people like their little bits from different parts, and we're doing our own thing. It's not the same thing, but
it's still worth checking out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen all of them. I saw the first one, and then I done research because that's what I do when I'm alone. Wikipedia. All right.
Yes. You researchpedia.
I do. I research all the stuff that I'm too scared to actually watch on my own. But speaking of researching, I noticed that you got a haircut, and I was researching, and it's almost like you wanted to look like you were cosplaying as somebody. Do you have the receipts to show?
I do have receipts. I did not post a lot of pictures on my Instagram yet because I'm like overwhelmed. But anyway, Baby and I went to Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and I did cosplay as a character from a comic book who was just recently in the second issue is, how do you say, like, she doesn't come out, but, or not outed, but it's alluded to hard that she had a girlfriend or has a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and I was like, what? Like, she's gay too? Like, that's cool. So it's this girl named Vita Slater or Slatter, and when I went to Comic-Con, I went to their booth to show them, and the people who make the comic weren't there, but the comic book company took a picture of me and then they posted it on their Instagram. So
yeah,
whoop whoop. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Huh?
Did you find the girl that you were supposed to protect? The character? Were there anybody? No.
No one knew who I was, and I should have just carried the comic book with me the whole time while I was walking around, but I forgot about it because, you know, Comic-Con's so I only had the one day. So once I pulled the comic book out, then people were like, oh, I like your jacket. Or no, people said that before that, but you know, afterward they're like, oh wow, like I like your outfit. You look so cool. Where's it from? And then I'm like, oh man, you're gonna ask me that like an hour before Comic-Con ends. Now you want to know? So yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. Actually, I wanted to show. Actually, I don't want to show it. Oh, I can actually. It's on this side. It's over. And I said, I was like, oh, I don't have anything. I really don't. And I was like, oh, I think you'd enjoy this. Make sure I don't die. Bam.
Oh,
It's bright. Oh, it's Hot Dog Man from Life is Strange 2.
Oh, I love Hot Dog Man.
Yeah. So Baby and I were walking around Square Enix, the booth, and I like to go around there, side note, because they will give you free stuff. Like, you just gotta linger. So I was walking around there a second time, and then the guy
he was like, she's thirsty.
Yes, because like the first time I'm like, oh, okay, here's Square Enix. Second time I was like, oh, they might give stuff away. So walked around there, and then I saw the two dudes like getting stuff from behind them and like just kind of giving them away to people. And I was like, what are they doing? So then it was this shirt. It was this free shirt.
Stop.
Yes, free shirt, any size you want. So I picked out a small, and then they gave it's not next to me. Oh, it is. They gave out a Just Cause 4 like a bag, like a this kind of bag.
Okay, yeah.
I rolled it up because, you know, I don't know. I'll use it at some point in life. But yeah, they were giving those two things away, and I was like, oh my god. So yeah, Square Enix Con, Comic-Con was great. And yeah, I'll post the pictures on my Instagram. I just have to, once I finish editing the video and other videos, then they'll go up as well.
Oh, and it's gonna be exciting. I'm so excited. I'm like so excited. I have been a terrible Life is Strange fan.
Oh, why?
I did not play or download the game yet.
Oh, I haven't either.
The third one.
The third one?
Yeah. Life
is Strange 2?
Oh, 2. Yeah, I don't know. Freaking know.
Well, it's like episode 1 of.
Yeah. I haven't. I haven't.
It's okay. I mean, whenever my time comes, which is in a couple days, to play video games, I want to finish it. Like, I want to finish the farewell part and then play the Captain Awesome thing.
Yeah.
So I do want to do that and then probably get into God of War 2 and then, binge out on that. So that's okay. I really would like to just buy Life is Strange 2, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I did this with Before the Storm, where I just bought the deluxe thing, and then whenever the episodes came out, that's when I played it.
That's what I did.
Okay, you did? Okay, cool.
I did, except for the thing about it was with the first game, I watched a Let's Play for the entire game. And then when it finally came out, when Life is Strange finally came out, I got the super physical copy with the soundtrack and the art book, and I got all the stuff. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I think it was like $20 more, but considering the fact that it's a digital game, I think it only costs like $65 for the deluxe, and I think the regular version was like $25.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's also because everybody had already, when an episodic game like that, when it finally comes out on physical, a majority of their fan base already bought it,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why the like super deluxe with the music and stuff. And then in retrospect, when I forget when I did it. I think when I moved here, either that or like 3 months ago, I was like, oh, I wonder if they have the super deluxe version for Life is Strange Before the Storm. And I looked it up, and it was like, you could buy it for $200. I'm like, what?
Girl, bye. Like that? No.
I'm like, that's dumb. Like I think the cool part about having it for like the first game is that nobody really knew that the explosion was like as crazy as it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, like, that's the cool part about that. And my problem with Life is Strange is I have a tendency of like being like, you should play this game. So like I have seen the first episode of Life is Strange like 1,000 times. I'm like, I always get like people to play it with me. Like Cupid started playing it. My friend Chris that used to watch us, he played it with me. But it's so funny. I'm like, so like I've seen it so many times. And then the last episode, I think it's the last episode. No, the second episode of Before the Storm. There was something happening with the save file where it was never saving right. And it would always glitch at the junkyard scene. And so that's like towards the end. So I played that like 5 times. Like I permanently know the lines of the play.
Dang.
Like towards the end, towards the end, I didn't even have to like look it up or like look at my like phone that I took a picture of, because like I just knew it was when she was fixing up the car. That's what it was.
That part was annoying for me.
Yeah. To like customize the car to look like whatever.
Yeah.
It was thematically it was cool, but I don't know. I did. Wait a minute. Have you finished both games?
Yes.
Other than Farewell, because that's not true.
Yes, I finished both games.
My question for you is, which game did you like better?
Dang. I think Before the Storm was a very great intro to learning about who Chloe was as a person. And I'm happy that I got to know her first. But I do think ultimately Life is Strange had all those elements that made it go, what? And still kind of haunts me in certain corners of my mind where I'm like, oh man, I made that decision. And oh my God. Yeah, but I do like the way that they did it, where they did Life is Strange first and then Before the Storm, because then it really made the journey more meaningful for me.
And that was when you were trying to figure out if you should do Life is Strange or Before the Storm first. I was like, oh yeah, for continuity, it makes sense that you go Before the Storm and then Life is Strange. Like that makes sense. But the interesting thing is, like the thing that I thought was very interesting for me was being able to sort of have my own perspective about Chloe and like understand like, okay, like her dad died and that's sort of why she changed. And to like understand like that sort of stuff and to like seem to like her as a person from the little bit that I saw, that little sliver. And then when Before the Storm happens, they're able to really elaborate on why you should like her or why you should give her a chance. And it's so funny too, because in Polar Opposites, you really see how Max was like a shitty friend. You see that she was like a shitty friend, and how every message would be like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't get back to you like months ago. It's just life is really tough, and I know your dad died, and that you're not doing well, but I gotta go." Like, and like that's like, and so I think that was sort of interesting, and to be able to like read her like journal posts or like how things would like change like conversationally with the lack of Max. I think that was really cool. I liked being able to, and especially in her dream sequences, you know?
Yeah, I do. Now that we're talking about it more, I definitely do feel like Before the Storm is more of my favorite. Yeah, now that we're talking it out, I'm like, shoot, I wouldn't have been so intense about Life is Strange if it wasn't for Life is Strange Before the Storm. And there were some stuff in Life is Strange Before the Storm that I was like, so yeah, Before the Storm I think is more of because I liked Chloe over Max most of all.
Yeah.
That I can't shake off the feeling, regardless of which game I played. There was something about Max that I really didn't care for, and not even because she was a crappy friend, but just kind of her overall personality was like really, like she just, I didn't, maybe because I didn't relate to her as much, but
I was gonna say I think it's all about relatability, especially with that character, because she's like the every girl, right? She's like the every man. She's just like, oh, okay, like I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I have this thing that I'm good at, but I don't give it effort. Like I'm passionate about it, but when it's an assignment, like I don't give it effort, and like I know I should. And there's this thing I got to do, but I don't want to, but I will because I have to.
Yeah.
As opposed to Chloe's like F the man. And then it's like there's this thing that you really need to do, and she's like, I don't have to do it at all. And then like she like fails out. It's like she sticks to her convictions. Max really doesn't stick to anything. Like she's so wishy-washy about everything. And if you are like that as a person, well, I think that Max is probably speaking more about the generation of people playing her. I think a lot of people could probably relate to Max, unfortunately. And I think that's why Chloe was a breath of fresh air, is because she was so hell-bent on even the worst decisions that she could make. Like, she was like, yeah.
Oh man, Life is Strange. Yeah, because I mean, I know there was, like I said, there's memorable moments in Life is Strange that I was like, wow. But now, like reflecting, it's like, oh no. But Before the Storm, that had some moments in it that I was like, I do, of course, relatability, relate to stuff like that. And it was nice to have it unfold in the way that it did, versus just, here's this story about this girl you don't care for. Like, you really, why do you want to care about this girl? Because blah, 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 blah. Like, it was a different story that I was happy to go on the journey on. So thank you for telling me how to go about playing the game, like which one to do first.
Yeah. And I just need to shout out to Rick Brown because he agrees with me. He said, "No blood is what made the movie Halloween great." And I agree. They didn't need to use cheap sort of thrills. for it. And it's very interesting in the podcast Halloween Unmasked, when they were talking about the copycat movies, the movies that sort of stole the idea. They were talking about the fact that Sean Cunningham, I believe it was him, Sean Cunningham, how when they made Halloween, or when they made Friday the 13th, they sort of picked out like, okay, like oh, in Halloween you saw boobs. Okay, so we're gonna do boobs, and we had a killer. All right, so we're gonna do lots of boobs and ditzy girls, because you don't want to see a smart girl, because smart virgin girls can't die. So we need ditzy girls, boobs, and then let's kill things, but like let's show lots of blood. Let's overdo it. And in doing that, they sort of picked, like, they didn't learn the lesson. Like, the reason why Halloween was a great movie was because the characters were well-rounded. And it's not very cartoonish, like the blood. And then they were talking about Tom Savini, who from playing Friday the 13th, the game, it was a really big deal because they had Tom Savini, who worked on all of the Friday the 13th games, designed for the killing animations. And he, listening to the podcast, he was like a film photographer. He was like a videographer during Vietnam.
Oh wow! So he's seen a lot more of his share.
Yes, and like his goal was to make it as queasy, to make him feel the same things that he felt in that scenario. And so it's sort of very interesting to sort of hear about that. And it's weird. They were drawing the conclusion that that the kids that were watching like those sort of films, they were like one generation removed from like Vietnam, like a lot of them.
Oh, God.
And so it's like bringing that sort of trauma to another generation, which I don't know, to like listen to like the weird social ramifications of actions is always interesting. Seriously, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but it's just weird.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I love how at the bottom of this there's a Starbucks label.
Starbucks.
Except for it's backwards because we are not sponsored by Starbucks.
Bar sucks.
Right? Yeah. Oh, wait a second. And then wait a second. The podcast is called Halloween Unmasked, and the first episode was about horror in the suburbs. So it was about the suburbs. Then it was about all the kids making the film. So the next episode, third episode, was about sociopaths, serial killers, and victims. Then the next episode was about Final Girls. So it was just about that sort of thing that became a trope. And then lastly, it was about the sequels and copycats. And if you have time to kill and are interested in not even in Halloween the movie, but just in horror movies, to sort of understand where all of the films that you probably like. Have you ever seen Scream?
I don't think so.
Or so you haven't seen Scream?
I've seen Scary Movie, I think.
Okay,
like
so
the spoofs of stuff.
Yes. Yes. They actually discussed Scary Movie in the podcast, the episode with the copycat killers.
Yeah,
where they're making a joke about Carmen Electra getting stabbed in the implant.
Yeah, see, they were daring back then. They did a bunch of stuff. I'm just moving my just changing my seat here. Butt's hurting.
Yes. Man, oh man. What else? Oh, today at my job, so I never told you the really funny story on air because I don't think I'm allowed to tell it, but it's really funny. And I would never tell funny stories ever. But today at work, me and the residents, we watched a 1958 film called Dracula Returns.
Oh God, okay.
And I made sure that the room had people that could handle it. And we watched this film, and there was like no violence in it at all, except for like the last like 3 minutes. Somebody got staked, and it was in black and white, and the only color that came out was the blood. And I was like,
oh my God, what?
Like, come on. I'm like, it was so like good the entire time. But all in all, it's pretty good. It's about a vampire. I presume Dracula. I don't really know. He escapes from his crypt, and then this guy is supposed to visit his cousins. I guess he's from Transylvania, and he's supposed to visit his cousins. He's a painter, and while he's on the train, Dracula ends up killing him and then stealing his identity.
Wow.
And then lives with this family in California.
Just hanging it up, just hanging 10.
Basically, just like sleeping all day. And then like the like cousin is like, oh, your room, like, oh, how are you doing in the room? And he's like, I'm doing well. And she's like, oh, the mirror's on the ground. Did it break or something? And he's like, don't touch it. And it was just it all in all, it was pretty good for a B movie that had barely any like, okay, so there was like no violence, but like it was all like implied violence.
Mhm.
Like after he like got really close to this one girl, then she like screamed, or like her eyes freaked out. And then the next day they're like, oh my gosh, Joy is sick and dying.
Oh,
And
dang.
he
That was
proceeded
fast.
to like die just so that she could like become a vampire.
Oh.
So yeah, I found that on YouTube, and it was an hour and 15 minutes. So, which is perfect because at my job, I typically don't have, the hour and a half. By the way, why do all movies need to be like 2 hours nowadays? Let's get on a real tangent.
I don't know if it has to do with fulfilling a quota in terms of how long it has to be. I'm sure there's a lot of cuts and skimming here and there. Maybe they had the budget for it.
I don't. You know what? Get to the point, people.
Mm-hmm.
Filmtographers, get to the point. I said it when I watched Red Sparrow. Yeah, that's what it was called. Red Sparrow.
Oh God, yeah, that movie.
Did
Jennifer
you see
Lawrence.
Red Sparrow? Like,
Yeah,
it would have been good if they took out 30 minutes.
Of what part? Like just collectively 30 minutes of everything?
30 minutes. Like, just get to the point. Like
yeah.
if they would have just made more cuts, and like I'm like, I don't need to watch this chick like make a cup of tea like step by step. Like,
yeah, there's a lot.
I can fill in the blanks. Like, I don't need to see that scene. Like, you don't need to show me like this crazy long setup. Like, people don't need to be like walking through a hall. Like, I don't need that. Like, cut this stuff out. Like, if it's not truly adding something, like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Skim it. It's fine. I
think it was for probably artistic direction that they did all that stuff, because if not, you're talking about a YouTube video basically where you just skim out all the whatever and get to the good stuff.
You know what? I am okay with artistic vision, but they did not get to the point fast enough.
There was a lot going on there, and a lot of it was trying to convince me that Jennifer Lawrence was Russian.
Yes.
Whatever the heck she was from.
That is probably the truth, in which case they should have just picked a Russian actress. Like, come on. But they needed the star power or whatever.
Yeah. It was either that or, make the whole movie in Russian, because Jennifer Lawrence don't speak no Russian. But
Oh, she could have learned her 180 lines in Russian, probably.
Could have just, not been so annoying and always like almost getting like sexually assaulted every 5 minutes. Like that would have been great.
Oh my gosh, Rick Brown just said the greatest thing on chat. And by the way, hey Rodney.
Hey Rodney.
We've been missing you. Rick Brown said he thinks the reason why movies nowadays are so long is because there are too many characters to develop. And then he says, do we really need that many Avengers?
No, we don't. I don't think so.
That's why everybody gets what? Like a chunk, like a 5 there, every character gets like a 5-minute chunk if you were to like splice it up and be like crunch it all together.
Oh yeah. Right? Yeah. Mostly because there's some people that get a lot of screen time when it comes to the Avengers, and then there's people that's like, oh yeah, I know that they're there. But yeah, I don't think they need that many people. But they got to fill the, people want to get paid for whatever they were doing.
Oh my God. Well, Rodney, you missed an amazing conversation. I remember we were talking about Halloween before on last episode's podcast. Oh my gosh. This is a web show, not a podcast, Richard. Come on. In case if you are interested in filmmaking or slasher movies historically, you should totally listen to Halloween Unmasked. It is about John Carpenter's Halloween, and it goes really in depth as like various different things. So I couldn't rave more about it.
Guys, Rodney, check it out.
Yes, it's really I don't know. I find that sort of stuff fascinating. I think I'm becoming like a
Making the Murder kind of person.
I feel like I'm becoming like late 30s. Today I asked for a rain check.
Wow. Can I take a rain check on that? What are you, 30? Like 35?
I know, like 38. Like, excuse me, you don't have this in stock? Rain check. It's hysterical. The reason why is because I was at Target specifically for an outlet, like a Wi-Fi outlet that I could control on my device.
Mm-hmm.
That starts with an S and ends with an Erie. My HomePod.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake her up or him up. And because I have this outlet over by my bar cart, and I got these like for $5. I got these like Chinese like lantern sort of like light things, and it's like wrapped around my banister, and weirdly enough, it gives just enough light to be able to see when like walking and stuff. So as long as if that's on, like if I'm watching TV, I don't need any other light in the living room. It just gives just enough light. But it's like hard to like get in there, like to like unplug the strand of lights. So I wanted to get one of those things that way I could just be like, hey, turn off the light. And then she can. And here, wait, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the light so that we can see how well it actually illuminates it. Sorry. I realize that this is not enthralling to our internet viewers, probably. Let me unplug this. It's going to dim for a second. All right. I don't think everything is going to fall, so... Okay, wait. Look at how cool that is.
Going on a journey. Oh, I like that.
Look at that. It's like just enough light to where it doesn't like where you can like see like you can like if we have visitors coming from down the stairs, like they're able to see, and I don't have to turn on this big harsh light.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, and like so if I'm over here, like it's just enough to be able to see like into like the doorway and stuff. I don't know. And I kind of think that it would be kick butt to like do Nightcap over here.
Yes, I want to.
Because I love my like little seating area over here. It's just like, yeah.
I like it. I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
There you
I
go.
can see
I hear you
There
now.
we go. All right, yeah. I don't know. It's like cool. It's like my little like. It's like very conversational. I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm being a dumb butt.
Did you watch Coco?
Oh my gosh, no. Everybody always people ask me that because one of my residents that I absolutely love, somebody told me that she is the personification of Grandma Coco.
Yes, that's why I was like, oh, if you had someone that you loved and passed away and stuff, you can, put their frame over on they call it an ofrenda, but like a place where you gather your family photos and stuff. And they could be there. I look at you wearing pants.
I know. I'm actually wearing typically I do this show in my underwear.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this place is electric heat, so that's not gonna be a thing. Ooh, I should do the show from over here.
Yeah.
This is look at me, this little sex. Oh guys.
Look at you getting comfortable.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, Rodney. Rodney said, let's check it out. Oh, that looks nice. It's not being dumb. And that is a good spot. This is the I'm gonna read a book spot in the apartment.
I can't do that over here. If I get on the bed, it's a wrap. Like it's already a wrap now, but it's lights out.
Look at that.
I can't. I'm gonna get too comfortable.
So sorry. Yes, I think that's the problem with reading in general is the moment that you get too comfortable, you end up not being able to read because you just fall asleep.
I was like that last night.
It's almost like there's not enough. Like there's so much mental stimulation, but not enough physical that like it's like being sedated.
No, it makes that's man. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, so last episode was the one where I beat you in competition, right?
Beat me in competition for what?
For the Apple Watch. Me and Joy were competing against each other.
Yeah.
So I started my MyFitnessPal app.
Ooh.
So I look at that. This bicep is substantially bigger than this one.
Yeah. Oh, you training? You working out? Look at you.
No, I'm just dancing. I'm just doing some dancing. So while I'm doing some dancing, look at this. This is what everybody does. Oh, look. You can cover your problem area.
Hey.
Yeah. So I'm like logging my my calories to try to lose a pound a week. Nothing sort of crazy. Because as you know, I've done that many a times where I sort of like lose massive amounts of weight. I want to take it slow and steady, not get as obsessive as I usually get. That
is for the best, and it's good for your body and good for your mentally and emotionally, because that's a lot to put on yourself. It's a lot.
Oh, how is your weight, your sort of goals coming along? How you doing? You staying on track?
Yeah, so far so good. I'm actually in the middle of it's like day 4 of me doing a raw diet. So I'm not eating. Yeah, raw diet. So that's been great so far. Just eating salads and smoothies and stuff from the market and from here, thanks to Bibi. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna weigh myself until the 21st. So I feel like I've probably lost more weight. We'll see.
You know what? You should try My Fitness Pal. You can
Another one? Oh my god.
No, it's good because they have like a back catalog of like literally everything. You can scan the barcode of whatever you're eating,
Mm-hmm.
and it automatically has the calories and stuff and like the proteins because it keeps track of like everything, like vitamin C. It lets you know all this stuff. And as long as if you stay under the calories, you will lose because it tracks your steps.
Oh.
So it tracks your steps, and that way it knows like, okay, like you burn this much in a week. You are eating this much, or you burn this much in a day, and you ate this much today. So you're able to do things like if I like do a dance program or something, and it'll be like, oh, you burned, the watch says you burned 600 calories. So like if I wanted to have like a Snickers or something, I see the fact that like I already worked that off. If I wanted to, I can have it. I can have it.
Okay.
And I mean, as long as if like you're not like being abusive towards that, then like I don't think it's supposed to be a tool like, oh well, look, I can have an entire pint of whatever.
I mean, I'm not really into so much of the calorie counting as I am into just like making sure that my body feels good.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I for right now, I stopped eating, all the processed foods and stuff, but it's really health-wise why I'm doing it. And when I get off of it, then soon, or eventually, then I'll probably like slowly reintroduce stuff into my life. But this is just to make sure I can get my body like clean.
Yeah, be clean.
Yeah, and Ronnie's over here talking about doing a detox. Like he's doing a detox and intermittent fasting. Like, go ahead, Rodney.
Oh my gosh, Rodney, that's crazy.
He out here.
Rodney's trying to be his best self. Well, you can be your best Richard too.
Yeah, right. We're all trying here.
Right? Yeah.
That'd be the best that we got.
I'm like, cool. Man, oh man. I just can't wait until I hit like an age like 50. And then like if I blow up, I'll be like, I don't care.
No, I don't be that. I can see it, but no.
Oh my gosh, wait a second. Funny story. When me, Joy, and BB, when we went to the when we went to the 10-year reunion, they had like these like they didn't have cake, which I didn't understand because I love cake. They had like little pastries, and they had these like little like vanilla pastries that had like vanilla things. It was like an albino zebra stripe cake, and like we tried it and it was like good, and we were like, oh man, that was like really good. And so I just like took all of them.
Great.
Yeah, and then me and BB, we were eating them, and I like just kept on like putting them on like people's plates because like I took like maybe there were like 7 or 8 of them, and I like took them all. I was like, and they never refilled it. So that's how you know they pocketed that money. By the way, hashtag class of 2008 reunion.
2000 great.
Where are our commemorative mugs? Where's our cake? It was basically $100 for an open bar. Hashtag not fair.
Got gypped.
Yes, that's how I feel. Ooh, Rodney says trying to get that summer bod.
I see you. Wait, can you like say a short thing? I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
real quick.
All right. So she's got to go to the bathroom because she's eating all raw stuff. So like her poop's gonna smell really bad.
No, I just have to go pee. Hold on.
She's gonna take the world's shortest poop break. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Rick Brown. No way. 1979. And it's funny. I actually graduated a year early, so technically I'm class of 007. As we hear the flushing unfold itself. I think I'm going to start doing Nightcap over here just because I don't know, it tells more of a story. That's the key. That's the key holder. Let's see. So what did I miss earlier last week besides the Halloween thing? You also missed a lot of Halloween talk. We also talked about the movie A Star Is Born. If tonight wasn't a Nightcap night, me and Cupid were gonna go to see A Star Is Born, which I don't really care about going to see. But he heard the song, the Lady Gaga song, and he was like, I want to see that movie, and I was like, and then he played me the song. Have you heard the song yet? If not, I will sing it for you because I spoof it like nobody's business. Have you heard the song, Rodney? I'm talking about the song. The song.
What song?
The Lady Gaga song. Oh, you have heard the song? No, it's like, I want you.
Oh God, this thing again. Okay.
You look in my eye and tell me you love me.
Shallow.
It's all right. I want you to poop in my eye. Well, I keep on, like, he would be listening to it and he's like, this is so pretty. And then I would she'd be like, I want, and I'd be like, I want poop to squirt in my eye. Yeah, I don't know. He's not happy. Actually, he was not happy. So you were saying that movie is shallow. Are you saying the song is shallow? Are you saying Cupid is shallow? Or are you saying that I am shallow because I am unaffected?
No, I think Ronnie was saying that "Shallow" is the name of the song.
Oh, it isn't? I don't know.
Wow. You're like, how dare you? No, I think "Shallow" is the name of the song.
It's the name of that song? I thought it was called... Oh, it's named Shallow? Oh, because whenever I ask Siri, just when I spoof the song, I'm like, hey, play Is That All Right? And then she's like... And then she wasn't saying anything. I was like, playing Star Is Born. Is that all right? And then it would like play. Okay, it's called Shallow. That makes sense. I thought you were calling me Shallow.
Who, me or Rodney?
No, Rodney. Well, you know what? If there was a song named after me, you know, it would be called Calloused.
I thought it'd be called Cupcakes.
Calloused Cupcake. No, I think it would be called Callous.
Oh, you know you more than me. Like...
No, it would be no, wait, because it's the outward about me, so it's like callous, so it's like, and then like the gooey inside, the little like coda, that would be all like cupcake,
a callous cupcake.
Yeah, because it'd be all like, world stinks, and I work so much, and I'm so tired, and then it's like, oh, I'm miserable, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it's like, cupcake, amazing. Blah, 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 blah. End.
I'm the opposite. Oh my god! Now that I remember, there is this. So baby took me to this play last Friday, and it's called The 11th Hour, and this play was so ridiculous because you reminded me of why about the world and it sucks and stuff. This play was about the apocalypse happening because of Neil deGrasse Tyson and the fact that the main characters were from New Brunswick, New Jersey, and how the guy didn't want to leave New Brunswick. He's like, I don't want to move out of New Brunswick. It's everything I know and love. New Brunswick for life. And his girlfriend was like, I have a internship to go, intern under Neil deGrasse Tyson. I need to move to the city. And they had a whole song about how she wanted to leave. And he was like, basement shows are forever. Like,
Stop.
I was like, really? So me being like, us being from Jersey, I was like, I've never thought of Jersey that way. Usually people don't want to stay here. They want to like get out.
Yeah.
So it was just funny having the end of the world happen across the Hudson River and these two star-crossed lovebirds are, talking about, oh, I have to take the transit, like New Jersey Transit, over to city, and then it's being overrun by zombies. And I was like, wow, what a story. So, yeah, it's just craziness about New Jersey and just being a part of that culture. Even though I didn't grow up near New Brunswick or anything like that. I barely went there, but it was nice to just be mentioned. End of thing.
Well, if you think about it, like Red Bank is like mini Brunswick, right? It's like artsy and it has like stuff that you can go to and like grungy like sort of scenes.
Probably. Yeah.
And you're from Red Bank, so that works. That works out a little bit.
Someone, there was a poster, like some type of giant poster on the back before and after the play. You can sign it, and I saw someone say, Central Jersey doesn't exist, and then someone pointed to that and says a nerd from the South. And then I circled it and I was like, Central Jersey does exist. And then I put black girl from Red Bank, New Jersey. So shout out to anyone who's ever gonna go to that play. That was me. Yeah. I wrote that.
Yeah.
Should have wrote the date, but I didn't.
And then wait a second. Before we sign off, are you still going to be in the area this weekend?
Oh. No.
Okay.
I mean, as far as we know, no, because no.
Okay. No. I was double checking.
Okay, yeah, I actually no. I definitely want to push that to another day. Like another
Yeah.
But I'll let baby know too, because I was like, but yeah. Because I gotta give you something.
Is it Jamalami?
No. I mean, I would love that. I would. Yeah, but no, it's not. It's not that.
Oh. Okay.
Lammy. Ugh.
I love that game. Oh my god.
Parappa's better.
Oh, whatever. I think it's so funny that I like Jamalami and you like Parappa.
Yeah, two sides of the because I have a Parappa shirt and it makes me think you don't have a Jamalami shirt.
I want to get the like red and or like fuchsia shirt with the like little like squiggle like thing. I really want it so bad. Every once in a while I'll like look it up online
to see if it's there, if it exists.
No, I know it exists.
Oh, it does? Oh wow.
Yeah, I really want it, but I feel like I gotta find it though, like not like I've seen it in like unisex shirts, but like I feel like it's like the feminine cut shirts, like the cap sleeves.
No.
Which there's only one time in my life that I bought a woman's fitting shirt and I had no idea that it was until I got it home. And man, oh man, my chest, there was enough room for my chest.
It was like, wow, this is really tight. Oh.
No. It's so funny. It was like cap sleeves, like tight, like stomach, like fit, chest, like ooh, like I have space in my chestular area. Well, because no, because like I'm like I've always been a busty boy.
Oh my god!
So it's great. There was finally enough room, but it was to the point where I was like, it's too much room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick, I would like to thank you for watching Nightcap. And Mr. Rodney, I hope you got a good nap. And thank you for watching Nightcap. This week coming up, I'm just going to see Halloween. I think I'm going to buy tickets soon because I'm sure that it is going to be sold out very soon. But just now, I am terrified there's going to be a shooting or a stabbing during it because of that person, that lunatic that did it during the like
Dark Knight Rises.
Yes. Oh my God, you have no idea. I always think about that. I'm like, okay, where are the exits? Like, I am one of those people that the moment that I enter someplace like that I've never been to before, I immediately look for the emergency exits.
I think I had that thought recently. I can't think of the movie we went to, but I was like, ooh, this seems like it's loud enough where something were to pop off, they would just get away with it. You know, versus like, oh no, it's not gonna happen here. No, it seems very possible now and was very possible now that people can just do that. So
yeah, it's weird because that's like a new thing. That's like I mean, random like acts of violence have sort of always happened. Like there's a reason why like Tylenol now says if seal is not broke is like if seal is broken, please do not,
don't consume it just because,
yeah.
it looks okay, but it's not.
Yeah, no. So like stuff has sort of happened where people like tried to kill people, but like now it's like so out in the forefront that like you got to be wary and you got to be cautious. So when I go to the movies, I know where the exits are and I look for somebody and I'm like, all right, human shield. Like
Right.
I'm going to
shoot them, please, not me. Like
I'm going to hide behind this person who will get shot and then they'll land on me and then boom, they don't see me.
mm-hmm.
That's really terrible that I just said that.
No, it's terrible, but it's true because those are thoughts that I've had too. In certain situations, it's kind of like, well, I don't want anyone to die, but if someone were to go down, I gotta pretend like I'm dead or something so that I don't get hit or get out of there. So yeah. Oh, it's so sad how life is right now.
And you? Anything fun?
No, not at this moment, except for what I'm doing already. Just reading a crap load of comics I would like to get to. And hopefully relaxing this weekend because the last couple weekends have been kind of terrible. Well, not say terrible. They've been just like go.
Yeah.
And I need to like chill. Oh, okay. I saw something. But yeah, I would like to just kind of recover. So,
you gotta do that in life.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Hi.
Hey, Harrison Live 05.
And then, I haven't purchased Life is Strange 2 yet. So when I finish Farewell and the Captain Awesome thing, then I'll most likely move on. Oh, thank you. Yay. Yeah. As soon as I finish those two things, and I'll probably go ahead like before and purchase Life is Strange 2 and like have those episodes just kind of come out. And then I'll just play them as we go along.
Yay. Oh my gosh. I just think it's really funny because those were like the two before Joy came in, like when she was peeing. Like those were the two other things that we discussed. Like,
hey.
So like Rodney remembers because he knows all.
Oh, Rodney's great. He's so dope.
And Harrison, since it's your first time here, Nightcap is a web show, and we broadcast during the odd weeks of the month. So if you want to check us out, it'll be 2 weeks from today, and it starts at 11:15-ish. And we're happy to talk about Halloween sort of stuff. That's probably what we're going to be talking about. And we do we give our thoughts about topics, movies, TV, music, games, stuff that we are interested in at that moment in time. So check us out. Thank you guys for watching Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show consisting of two friends unwinding with the topics that make us hot. I felt like I had to do that because that's a new person.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Thank you, Rodney. And thank you, Rick and Harrison. It's been awesome. Have a good night.
Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh, Oklahoma. I totally forgot. Man, I'm terrible.
Oklahoma. Good night, everyone. Oh, yasumi nasai. Peace, 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 peace. Hey!